Welcome to the Sonya Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Great day, everyone. It is time for the Sonya Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Listen, we have a great topic today. It's intriguing, but first let me give you the title. It's called First Date List. Okay, we're going to dive into this discussion right after this commercial because I want to have a little fun. I just know this is a joke, but we'll be right back. Everyone, it is about that time where we set goals for the entire year. We have some amazing journals that is set for you to include your projects, your bucket list, your things to do list, your daily calendar, and also it keeps up with your entry for each day. The link is in the bio if you are interested in getting your 2023 journals. Welcome back to the Sonya Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Again, our title is called First Date List. Now, this first date list is going around the internet, and I decided to take a look at the list, and some of the things on the list I do agree with. But I want to talk about, this is pure shenanigans, okay, from the male perspective, and then the expectation of the woman who's stating that these restaurants, I do not want to go on a first date. And I want to really think about it because when you look at this, the first date list, it may be received from the male perspective because they are thinkers and they are planners, about how to proceed something, could be pressured by this list. And they also may be thinking, oh my goodness, I have to step up, to cater to this list. Actually, you do not. This is really a perspective where you should really analyze who is demanding the list to be carried out, okay? Because I don't want men to think, oh my goodness, I got to do this on the first date and not take these women out on this list. And then the expectation from the women that if a man does not spend at least $300 on me on the first date, then we're not going anywhere. Okay, let's really look at this logically because that really sounds really stupid. Yes, I use the word stupid. I hate that word stupid. So if I'm using that word stupid, it is really low. The expectation of a first date from someone that you just met to spend at least $300. Well, I was discussing, well, actually I wasn't discussing, but a male was talking to me previously about he is no longer going to date anymore, any woman. And I did not understand because I'm not in that category to date, okay? But when he broke it down to me, and he did state that if you spend $250 or $300 per date, and you do that 6 times within a month, it's over $1,000. He says, I have responsibilities. I have living. I have vehicles I have to, go by. I have children. I have investments. I have plans that I want to do in life. I want to decorate my home. This is what he was thinking. He said, now, if I would date 6 women within a month, spending $250 and $300 within a month, all that money that he can spend on taking care of his business. Because what? Men are providers and they are protectors. Now, if they are providers, that means the income that's coming in, it is to invest it or to save it or to use it in some form that it will increase their financial statement and their livelihood. So they will have enough things to take care of just in case they do find the eligible woman to marry. They want to be the best provider. Now, and when you're in love with someone, you want to provide the best for them. But if you are a male and you are being pressured and you want to date and you want to find that eligible woman that fits your capacity of lifestyle, and you both can grow into a life that will cater the best life for you. That means increasing in financing and well-being and things that you are wanting to do. Some people like to travel. Some people enjoy nature. Some people just enjoy living a great life together and not worry about hard times. That's what you do. You save your money and you use that money to save, to invest it, so your increases or your finances will go up. So when you are in the retirement age, you are living abundantly. Okay. But there's a list. I want to talk to you about the list and what's on the list. Now, before I get to the list, now I'm out of the realm of you got to take me to a restaurant on the first date. Logically, let's think about this. You spending $300 on the first date, and you have never been to this woman's home. You have never ridden in her car, and even if she drives up in a nice car, that car may not even be her vehicle. Okay? So you spending $300 on the first date, and you're not going to any of these restaurants. And then you decide on the first date, while you spending $300, okay, that this person is a nutcase. Well, this person is really not what they quite explained on the phone or previous when you were interacting to even get to the first date. So now you have spent $300 on one person. And you already have summed up that you're not going to take this person out on a date. You're not going to get that $300 back. That's just wasted money. You wasted $300 on somebody you did not know. Now, my suggestion is you take them to a coffee shop. Now, a coffee shop is on this list of do not take on the first date. I recommend you take them to a coffee shop so you can have coffee or tea, so you can get to know each other face to face. You can interact with them. You can find out how they think. You can even play little question and answer games to find out who this person is, at least 10% of them, before you go on a $300 date. Now, I don't know what psychological things is going on in the women world, but this is a woman's perspective, is rushing this man to make a decision with them on the first date. That is not logical. Men, that is not logical. You cannot be rushed to make a decision, spending your hard-earned money on a woman that you do not know. This is a tactic of manipulation and control. Okay? I want you to be aware that this is a manipulation and a control tactic. She's telling you what to do on the first date. That is so out of order. Men, I want you to understand something, that you work your hard-earned money and you are the provider. Whether it be a girlfriend, boyfriend situation, whether it be a marriage, whether it be you living with each other, you're still, in the order of things, you are the provider. Now, by the time you find the true woman, you have spent well over too much money on first dates. And now you don't have any money for the woman that you want to marry. The whole perspective in life is to increase. In the Christianity or the believer's perspective is glory upon glory. That's for everything. Glory upon glory is living your best life, and glory upon glory is increasing your finances. Glory upon glory is increasing your education, your knowledge about things. Glory upon glory is having a business that's prospering. And so by the time you actually find the woman that you match with, that brings the joy of your life, that brings peace to your heart, you won't have any money. You will have so many different experiences, and your thoughts will be tainted by this ridiculous demand and command list of places women absolutely refuse to go on the first date. Okay. women refuse to absolutely go on the first date. Well, you don't have to go with them. They don't have to go either. You can just move on to a practical woman and she will be happy to spend time with you at any of these places, because it's not about the tangible thing. It's about the intimacy between two people are getting to know each other. Let's not lose the perspective. Let's not lose the focus here is finding the right person for your life. And now a couple of these things, like I said, that I would not take on the first date. It's a buffet, IHOP, Denny's. Those things are ridiculous. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going, but come on now, a buffet. You take a woman to a buffet, you're going to find out how much money you got to spend on groceries every month. I mean, you could. They give you an indication. It depends on what are you looking for in a woman. And so a buffet may be good and IHOP may be good. You can, whatever the perspective is, you want to take her to IHOP. Because you love breakfast. It's depending on what that man is thinking. I love cooking breakfast. I love eating breakfast. Well, take her on the first date to IHOP to find out what type of breakfast she like. Okay. Or it's all about thinking about what is it that the man is planning. Because again, I stated that this list is a control factor for the man. Okay. And men, I don't want you to lose your place in not being the provider and the protector. Now, you could take her to a buffet to find out what type of food she likes. Now, this is somebody who loves to cook, who is, their love language is cooking. So in the perspective of looking at your love language, men, is cooking, you may want to take her to the buffet without having to ask the woman what type of food you like. I'm just giving a narrative of practical thinking, because spending $300 on a first date that you just met does not make any financial logical sense. Okay. If you really think about it, you can take that $300 and go on 6 dates with $300. Okay. That will align you to be closer to the woman that you find fit for your lifestyle and your character. Now, some of these things on this list, I was trying to figure out why, like the Cheesecake Factory. I don't understand what is this thing about Cheesecake Factory. Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. I don't understand. These are nice restaurants for a first date. A first date does not get the expensive restaurant title, because you have not earned that title to be taken to those restaurants. 5 stars is what they call it. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so I was listening to this gentleman, and he was adding up how much money he would have to spend to even just go on 2 dates. And logically, he said, I'm bailing out. I'm not dating anyone. That's not even and I spoke with someone on having a chit chat on a Facebook blog when a guy said something pertaining to this list. And he said he is no longer dating anyone in America. He is dating in other countries. Now, this list has pushed the men to dating people outside of the state of the United States. That is a sad thing for the women who want to find relationships, who want to get married. Now they have been eliminated from the pool because they're not expecting this list to be prominent in their world. They just happen to just meet someone who is compatible to them because they have been waiting for a long time for someone that's practical. But the women that are declaring this, I can guarantee they don't have their stuff together. You know why? Because it brings red flags for them to be expecting a man to take them on the first date. It brings red flags that their life is not together. Because if it were, they would not be expecting a decent man to spend this much money on them, understanding financial destitution and where we are right now in the economy, where money needs to be carefully reserved because we don't know how long we're going to be in this economy where all the prices are skyrocketed. Okay, that is a red flag if a woman is expecting you to spend that much money and also to eliminate these restaurants. That is clearly a red flag. That is clearly stating that she has not an idea the expectations from a first date. Now, this list could be carried out for someone who has known each other at least 3 months and not wanting to go on these dates. But we're talking about the first date list, that you have not earned the right to make a decree on where you are not going to be taken. And I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this, but to me, honestly, I would not expect a gentleman to take me out on a first date to spend that much money. I say go to a coffee shop. Like I stated, Starbucks is always open. Some is open 24 hours. On this list, it says Starbucks is eliminated. Coffee dates is eliminated. Ice cream dates is eliminated. I would say family functions should be eliminated. It has movie nights eliminated. Long drives eliminated. This is still crazy. Now, long drives, I would love to go on the first date long drive, only because I have a Jeep that has like this convertible top. So that would be fun to me on the first date, because it'll bring the sense of, is this person fun to be with? Can we have a conversation on driving trips? You know, it can bring out so many different things on that. Bowling. It has bowling. I don't say eliminate bowling. Bowling would teach you about the woman. Is she competitive? And how is she? How does she respond in competitive situations? You guys, come on. Let's think. I know this list got to be a joke. I know someone must have started this list as a joke. But the problem comes in is people really taking this as serious. They're making these demands and they're requiring these men who is working hard on their job. Some, if you're in your 30s, some men are not at that place where they are financially secured for themselves. And most men have children. They have family. They like to prep their mothers and fathers. And, you know, and these women are requiring you to spend $300 on someone you don't know. You've never been to their house. You don't know if this car is theirs. You don't know how well she keeps her house. You don't know if she is taking care of children. And if she has children and she's expecting you to spend $300 on the first date, she has no concept of child care, or I just don't understand it. The thinking, you're making demands on a stranger to treat you like a queen. Really? This means another red flag that you're not treating yourself like a queen. You're expecting somebody else to do it. And they have this thing about attraction. You attract what you are. Well, this is definitely stating that you're not attracting what you are. You're demanding what you want to be. And I want you men to be aware that this list that is floating around the internet, women are expecting at least $300 on a first date and eliminating these restaurants to give you a chance to get to know this woman. How does she think? How does she speak? How does she treat the waitress? How does she treat the people that when she entered the door, respect? Did she smile? Did she complain? How does she order her food? Did she complain about the food when she ordered? Did she say this is not right? Or, you know, this is on a first date. If she started complaining about the food and the preparation of the food on the first date, guess what, men? If you're complaining on a first date and you're not even paying for the date, that's a red flag. But you spending $300. Oh, now someone is complaining. Well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And I didn't like the way we're not going to leave a tip. Does she even tip the waitress? These are the things that you want to discover on the first date. This is why spending over $300 on the first date is outrageous. It does not make any sense. It does not, and another thing too, it does not make any sense on your behalf, which means you're not operating out of your logic sense, your logic perspective when you're on this date, because you're in desperation. And if you are in desperation on the first date and you have not logically thought this out, you're on the verge of being controlled by a list and by a women's demand. And when you're losing your place to stand as a provider and as a protector, don't lose your place over a list. You logically take this woman, do the best you can. Under $50 to $75. Now you can go get coffee and tea and ice cream lower than $50. But honestly, money is earned by your hard work, and you don't want to invest in something that's not going to give you a revenue back. It's not going to give you a return. That is you just wasted $300. You could have put that $300 in an investment. And at the end of the week, you would have gained money in the stock market. But doing this for a woman on your first date and you know nothing about her, you're not going to get any return on your money. You're just going to get whatever you receive between that date. Complaining, or if she's generous, is she's picky about the food. Or this is another one too, because I want you to be aware, if a woman is not logically thinking about this is the first date and she decides she wants to order a steak that costs $35, or lobster and crabs and all of these high-priced foods because she wants to feel like a queen on the first date, this guy she just met, and he's looking at, well, it was $300, now it's going to be $400 on the meal. Come on, ladies. Stop being ridiculous. Okay? Do you really want to meet someone special? Or do you want to manipulate men to make them treat you like a queen when you're not even treating yourself like a queen? A high value woman would be considered, she would have consideration on the first date. Now, I could just be logically thinking outside of the box, but whether you think I'm thinking outside of the box or not, it's not even about that. It's about the respect of someone that you just met and you want to get to know them. And you need to ask yourself, am I on this date to meet someone and date someone and logically just get to know this person? Or are you on this date so you can eat at fancy restaurants on someone else's expense? Because I don't know about you, I work very hard for my income, and I take that in consideration as someone on the first date with me, taking me out, and I know they work hard for their money as well. And it's about thinking increasing in life and not depleting someone in life because you feel like, oh, I'm special. No, you're not. If you were special, you will be thinking about the other person. That is a characteristic of someone who is in a relationship. They always thinking about the other person, and the person is thinking about you. That is a qualified relationship between a man and a woman, whether you're dating, whether you're friends, whether you're married. It's always thinking about the other person. And if you're expecting a first date man to eliminate these restaurants and expand to spend over $300, you don't have the quality to be in a relationship. You don't have a quality to be in a marriage because you didn't start out with the quality. You are given this demonstration that I am not ready for a relationship. I want you all to think about the decisions that you make, because you get married to these people and you just say, I didn't see the signs. The signs is on the first date. How she respond on going to the park, or on a first date with a picnic, or going to the mountains on the first date, and you prepare meals, a picnic for her at the mountains. That date does not cost $300. That only costs you making a romantic decision and preparing a picnic, a meal for the two of you, just to get to know each other. Because I'm telling you, you take someone on the first date, you're going to find out a lot about a person, character. Are they nice to the waitress and the staff? Do they complain? Do they do any of these things that will, on the first date now, and will they do any of these things on the first date, I can guarantee it's going to go 100% higher than what they giving you an illustration of their character and their moral thinking. I'm just saying, men, don't give up on the American women, because I know a few women is not requiring this list. It's not requiring you to take them to a 5-star restaurant, but they are requiring to find someone who is valuable enough to spend time, because they are high value. The whole key about dating and finding relationships is finding out, are they high value because you are high value? Now, if you are a low value person, you probably going to meet someone low value. That's why this list is around. Anybody who is fall prey to this manipulation and control tactic, you are too, and you fall and you take them to a $300 food restaurant. You may need to ask yourself, am I a high value man to open this door to this foolishness? Are you high value? Are you low value? You need to find that out. But like I stated, first dates should just be coffee, ice cream, walk, just to sit down and get to know each other face to face. See how they interact with other people. Okay? I don't want you all to just be a prey to this mess on social media. Because social media are going to have you into places, and you're going to try to figure out, how do I get out of this situation? Women want to know, can he take care of me? Well, the question is, can you take care of yourself? Because that is what you will attract equally. Someone is able to take care of themselves. Because you are taking care of yourself, and that's what you're going to attract. So I want you all to be wise when you're trying to meet up with other people. And this is not only just for dating. This is meeting new people. We are in high risk of meeting logical thinking people to form relationships with. And you don't want to fall prey to foolishness. And this is really what I want to talk about today, is this list. And I just could not just skip over this, because I was looking at this list and I'm thinking, some of these things are okay. I mean, even at Waffle House, Waffle House is a historic place. It is in the South. But sports events, that'll be great. Is she a sports winner? What team does she like? You guys, you got to look at these things as what it is. And this list is a manipulation and a control factor for someone who does not have their life together and who wants to be treated like a queen, but they're not treating themselves like a queen. Who's demanding flowers from men when you don't go and buy flowers for yourself. I am confused about this. Did I miss something here? Men, treat yourself well. Women, treat yourself well. Then you will meet up with someone like kind. Okay, let's keep this in perspective. And I'm going to take this list as a joke. And listen, you guys, this is all I wanted to talk about today. It may not be a one show that anyone may agree with me or not, but it doesn't matter. Because when you're a high value person, there are some things you just don't tolerate. Okay? Men, stand your ground, be a protector, think about the future, and think about the future wife that you're looking for. She is going to want a nice home with you. Not you going to live in a home that you just have to live in, because what? You spent all your money on low value women who is demanding $300 that you did not even consider a second date. I want you to think that your money is empowerment of your stability, of being a high value man going in the future for your high value wife that you're going to select. Make sure you're thinking about the future men, because I'm definitely sure that on those first dates, is not going to somebody you may not even date again or marry. So consider that. Consider the calculation. Pull out that calculator and find out, if I spend this money on another date, I'm out $600. And if you do 3 dates, that's $900. Can you think about how much money you could have spent on that money that you spent on someone who was definitely rude and inconsiderate and all of the above? Okay, this is all I want to talk about, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Leave a comment, share the show and podcast to someone that you think that needs to hear this. And I want you all to have a great rest of the month of October and the rest of the year. Okay. This is your girl, Sonya Buchanan, with the Sonya Buchanan Show, where we inspire one life, one smile at a time. Hey, you guys, enjoy dating, but don't be ridiculous and throw this list in the trash where it needs to be. Bye, you guys. Thank you for joining our podcast today. The podcast was produced and edited by Sonya Buchanan. For more information about the host, you can go to sonyabuchanan.com. For information about Confident Promises broadcast community, you can go to confidentpromises.com.